Hello, so today is, I should probably do the math before I get on the videos. Hold on. Day 18? Sunday, I think, May 15th. Thursday would be the 15th, 16th. Yeah, so day 18. This is going to be a short one. I know I've said that before and it turns into like 12 minutes, but it was a long day today. About 22 to 23 miles and definitely some distance between water sources. I actually camped about 5.5 miles from a water source purposefully. I carried a little bit of water from the previous water source, so I didn't have to lug a bunch. And then I resupplied this morning, knowing that there's going to be a water source about 9 miles after that. The water source this morning was a spring, and that was a much better water source. The one this afternoon was a cow pond. The description said a tank. Like usually there'll be a solar well and a tank and then a cow pond. I couldn't find the solar tank or solar well and tank. So I had to dip into the cow pond and meant to take a picture so you folks could see it, and I forgot to do it. I'll see if we find another cow pond in New Mexico. I think there's going to be plenty. My understanding is water's going to be pretty scarce. So I loaded up at the cow pond water source, and I actually ate my dinner there instead of lunch because it takes a little bit more water, and I knew I was going to be hiking late because that cow pond, I had to back flush my filter after every liter that I filtered. So that was a murky cow pond. And then I felt a little like after the first 2 liters, like I actually put them into one of them, like most of it into my Camelback, and then one into an Nalgene so I could take a drink, and I drank it. And I felt a little bit sketched. Like it was still a little bit murky after coming through the filter, and it had a subtle taste of cow. So since it's a pond, the cows can walk in it, they can poop in it, they can do whatever they want. So I went ahead and the other 4 liters that I got, I just threw in some treatment tabs. So let's hope those first 2 liters don't come back to bite me. So I lugged the water for another, that was what, 14 miles? So I lugged the water for another about 9 miles to my campsite. So it it was a brutal day of lugging water. The next water source that is not dry, it actually has water, I think it's about 2 or 3 miles down this way, and then I am gonna have to look after that. It's already been sparse, but I think it actually gets a bit more sparse before we head into Pie Town, New Mexico. So let's see, other than water sources, I think today's call out, I had done some trail maintenance with the Colorado 14ers Initiative and also with the Colorado Trail Foundation, which are both organizations in Colorado. If you ever want to go out and do some trail maintenance, you can contact them and they'll let you go out and work for a day or a weekend. And actually, I think the Colorado Trail Foundation has a week program if you want to go out for a week. And so I got a little bit of good knowledge with those programs because they have pretty good trip leaders that know what they're doing with regard to trail maintenance. And then supporting the National Park Service for 8.5 years and helping them develop some estimating tools for trail maintenance. I was able to meet quite a number of people and delve into trail maintenance and really understand the difference between all the different types of features on a trail that to you and I look like that's a step or that's, you know, something to keep water off the trail, but there's actually technical names, and they actually have there was a manual that I found from, I don't remember how long ago. I can't remember if it was 2002 or 2012. I think it was 2002 or 2005 or something like that. But it went through and said, this is a bog bridge. You know, this is a rock bar. This is a water bar. This is a, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, these are the different types of trail bridges. And being able to be immersed in trails for a good chunk of my time supporting the Park Service over 8.5 years, I was able to kind of understand, like, hey, this is the type of maintenance that needs to take place, and this is the goal that people try to set out when they're designing trails on like switchbacks. And if you're doing a turn, like, how do you keep the water off the trail so that the trail doesn't V out and, you know, hurt the hiker's feet and all this other stuff. And I tell you what, I'm really appreciative of that knowledge. And so shout out to people who do like, who actually study trail maintenance and do trail maintenance for a living, through like formal education and experience, because you can tell the difference between a trail that's been thought out and has been maintained, and a trail that initially was thought out but may not have been maintained, or had, like in our case, we went through two or three burn areas today, and it's utterly destroyed the trail. And so, like, the water controls, like the water bars, all have debris in them, because I'm sure they were dumping loads of water to put out the fire. And it was a rough go in some of those sections. It was a really rocky and steep ascent or descent. So shout out to those folks who work in trail maintenance and really know their thing, because it's you can tell a difference when you're hiking a trail, one that's been damaged by fire and one that's, you know, had recent trail maintenance or is clean. So I accidentally carried about a ½ liter extra, so that's why my hair's wet. I got to run some water through my hair, and I got to wash my face, so it's not as dirty as the other videos. And so that's why I look a little bit spick and span. I'd have to go back and look at the first video compared to this one. I know that I've lost weight, but I purposely gained weight before I got on the trail, because I think the average man loses like 17 pounds and the average woman loses 11 pounds when they're doing a through hike. And then you gain some of that back with muscle. And so for the PCT and also the CDT, I purposely gained fat before I jumped on the trail. And I think I was like 20 plus pounds what I usually am. And I definitely have lost some weight. So I'm sure the first video compared to this video, like, my face is probably thinner. And I know I've lost weight because my pants during the day, when they get wet from my sweat, they're starting to expand a little bit and slip down, which was not happening in the first few days. And my pack definitely wasn't riding correctly in the first couple of days because I had that extra weight, but now I can cinch it to where it should be sitting. So if you are interested, go back to day 0 or day 1 video and take a look at that video compared to this one and see if I've lost some weight, because I'm guessing I have. All right, so I did the shout out. I talked about the wet hair, the brutal trail. I think that's about it. I think we have 40 something miles into Pie Town, so it'll be a couple more 20-mile days. I did 20.5 2 days ago, 21.5 yesterday, or thereabouts, and then today it's going to be between 22 and 23. So 3 consecutive 20-mile days, which is good. My legs are doing all right, my feet are doing all right, and we'll see what happens after the next couple days of 20-milers. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and I hope everyone's safe, and talk to you later.